So currently where we are right now, we're in Norfolk. We're right by the coast, so it's quite remote. This is my setup, like, it's nothing crazy. I made music on top of a Gordon Ramsay cookbook. The setup doesn't really get more basic. It was probably when I was like 16, I saw these videos of like Tomorrowland. There's something about this music just really appealed to me. I'd hear these tracks and I'd want to be like, oh, I love this track, but I wish it went slightly more like this. And that led me into making my own songs. So my manager said, right, we've got to get your stuff on TikTok. We've got to show people you're a producer, got to show people you're a DJ. So I made the challenge to myself every day for 2 weeks to post on TikTok. I had barely any traction, it was like 200 followers. I was like, damn, maybe social media isn't for me. My first viral TikTok came at the end of those 2 weeks because I was like, right, I've got to stick this out. I've got to post every day for 2 weeks. And at the end of that, I posted this Talking to the Moon one and it hit 1 million views. This is the monastery. I wouldn't know this place existed if it wasn't my mum recommending it. My brother coined the phrase, the monastery of sound. And it's been a really pivotal part in just like, you know, the journey of everything I've done musically. I just set like my tripod up right here and I just like looked like through my lens and like I looked up and I was like, what? That's literally like the perfect like vertical video. In the pandemic, like living in Norfolk and being by the sea was one of the most incredible things. And to be honest, I think it was actually pretty instrumental in like developing part of my sound because it was so like epic. When I'd listen to my songs, I'd be listening in these crazy, amazing landscapes, but it was also just an escape, especially such dark times like the pandemic and whatever. It was amazing being there. I know when something like hits me properly and like gives me goosebumps and I can picture it like a festival or whatever. That's when I'm like, right, okay, it's ready to show the world. For me, contrast is key. The contrast between being in like a busy city like London where it's buzzing, there's people collaborating all the time, and also being by the beach and being able to remove myself from that. Taste is everything. If you started making music, it'd be very different to what I make because you want to make what sounds good to you, and what sounds good to you is built up of all your tastes and influences over the years. Mine, for example, like rooted a lot of like orchestral and classical and film scores, and I blend that with the hard-hitting like electronic beats that I first fell in love with when I started, you know, discovering this kind of music. So for this song called Morning Light, I decided that was like a pretty cool chord progression. But yeah, anyway, so that's like kind of like, I just mess about and do stuff like that. And then you kind of find like melodies that you like. And that kind of felt like it fit like quite well. A lot of my tracks are made up of like so many different layers. So for example, this one, you'll hear all this like hit as one. You have some crazy high points, like you have viral videos, you have viral moments, all this kind of stuff, but a lot of people don't see the low points. I was the most stressed out I'd ever been. I was the most uninspired I've ever been. And honestly, it was probably because of like, the further I've got into the music industry, the more I see the dark side of it and the brutality of it. And it was soul crushing because I was making so many like sacrifices, right, in my life. Like I saw my friends like going out and like, you know, having fun, whatever. And I was just like behind a laptop, making music, just trying everything I could to, you know, make, you know, something unique and different. And I got told by so many people that like, no, you got to make music that sounds like this to be on this lineup with these kind of people. And it was a very like demotivating time. It was a time where I had like serious issues with my skin. My like, you know, Tourette's was like terrible. And I was just like a down place. But what I will say is I really stuck through it. Being unique and being different and not sounding like all those other people was actually my superpower. And the sooner I realized that and embraced it and realized that so many other people, my followers, my fan base, like they also liked what I do because it was unique and it wasn't like what everyone else is getting. So the moment I embraced that, I kind of just like let go. I didn't really care what anyone else thought. I was just on my own path. The most important thing for me anyway is to make the best music I can possibly make. I know the process I have to do now, and I know where I want to be. I know that if I want to do something extraordinary, like something that no one else has ever done, I have to live somewhat of a different lifestyle to a lot of people. It is what it is, and if you don't do that, other people will take your spot, and other people will succeed. So you've just got to do the things you have to do. My two goals, is play Tomorrowland, play Coachella. They're two different sides of what I do. In Coachella, I want to do like a big orchestral performance, a live performance. And Tomorrowland, I just want to do like a high energy, fast paced trance and techno set. So that's the next step for me, to take this into the live sphere, to play festivals, to play my own headline shows. And that's my dreams, just to connect my music in person with people. For me, it's like a very cathartic experience to make all these tracks. But I do it for like other people as well. Just seeing like the reactions and the messages I get, how it's affected people and got them through certain things. If I could just do this and be happy, that's all I need in life.